Afternoon again, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well. I'm back in Essex, the finest county again, my home county. North Essex today, up near Sudbury. I'm in a little village called Belchamp St Paul, and it's spelt like Belchamp, but I'm pretty certain that's not how you pronounce it. Belchamp St Paul. This is a little 4.5 mile walk. It's the final autumn day walk from the year-round Walks in Essex book. I'm just sat in the car park of the Half Moon pub, just because there's a little bit of a breeze outside at the moment. It's sunny, very nice day out, but there's a bit of a breeze that could interfere with the audio. So looks like a lovely little village, Belchamp St Paul. I think my mum's friend lives round here, and as I say, it's not far from Sudbury, so it's not that far from the Suffolk border, really, the Essex-Suffolk border. I've got a cider to review later on. My Macmillan Cancer Support Challenge, the 100 miles throughout October challenge that they've set. Got the Macmillan Cancer Support t-shirt on again, aiming to try and raise £200 in total for them. So yeah, that's it basically. Yeah, final autumn walk from this book. I'm just going to quickly pop in the pub and just ask them, you know, can I leave the car here just while I go and do a walk, and then I'll pop back later on and buy a drink in there, maybe some nibbles, and then head home. So enough talking, let's get walking. The Half Moon at the start of the walk is the quintessential village pub. 16th century, overlooking the village green, hanging baskets, thatched roof, leaded windows, low beams, and a real log fire when needed. This is an unpretentious walk for autumn, when the crops have been harvested and the cross-field paths are clear. There is time for contemplation here, along the quiet lanes that link two of the Belchamps, those of Otten and St Paul. The origin of the name Belchamp is variously given as Beauchamps, meaning beautiful fields, or Belchamp, meaning beamed roofs. Both are equally applicable. The St Paul part of the name is because the parish was given to St Paul's Cathedral in the year AD 931 and remained largely ecclesiastical property until 1947, whilst Otten derives from the family of Otto, who owned the village in the early 12th century. Unusually for such a short walk in the depths of the country, we pass 3 lovely pubs. This, along with the plentiful birdsong and a great variety of flowering plants, may tempt you back again in the summer. And that's sad to see. The Cherry Tree Inn here at Knoll Green sadly closed down. It's up for sale. Don't know if anyone lives in it, but it's like part thatched. Shame. It's like a nice little pub as well. So how cool is this? Just come off of this like main sort of field just outside Belchamp, Otten, another small village we're going to be passing through, onto this sunken path through these trees. And there's like all these little models and figurines someone's laid out. I don't know if it's like just kids or if it's could be a memorial to someone. How cool's that? As a windmill. It's like an old barn over the back. It's like, looks like they've used old bird houses and stuff. And then over the back there's a lighthouse. Let's get a bit closer. It's strange, isn't it, finding something like this in the middle of the woods. I wonder what it's about, if it's got any significance. Just past the weird collection of figurines and models, there's this apple tree. Looks like this area could have maybe been like an orchard before, because it's like some weird sort of scrubland in amongst like the farm fields, and there's still fruit on the tree. Hello, Nugget. Most of the villages on my walks will have at least one or two houses with a thatched roof, and we may be fortunate enough to see a thatcher at work during the walk. To become a thatcher entails an apprenticeship of 2 to 5 years. Whilst it is claimed that thatch is cool in summer and warm in winter, thatch for new houses is rare, probably because of the expense of its maintenance. Many thatched houses are listed, and it is important to ensure that the style of thatch and materials used are in the spirit of the traditions of the local area, as well as complying with the requirements of English Heritage or the local council. Areas have their own idiosyncrasies. North Essex, for instance, has pinnacles, which were supposed to ward off evil spirits, incorporated into the roof. Historically, wheat straw was used, but nowadays water reed is the preferred material. The thatch is fixed in place by hazel or steel staples. The bulk of the roof can last for 75 years, although it will need re-ridging every 10 to 15 years. This is why the ridges of thatched houses often look much newer than the rest of the roof. So we just arrived in a tiny little village, probably more like a hamlet, of Belchamp, Otten, just past the Red Lion pub. It was open, but I thought, no, I'm not going to stop in there, otherwise I'll be here all day, and it starts getting dark a lot sooner now. You know, I've still got to look at the church here at Belchamp, Otten, have me lunch, review the cider, get back to the Half Moon pub in Belchamp St Paul and have a drink there, because they've let me park the car there. So I thought I'm going to sack that one off. It looked nice though, it looked really nice. It's just good to see a pub that's open, you know, not closed down. This is the charming church of St Ethelbert and All Saints. This church is well worth a visit. Basically Norman, it has had many additions and renovations. Of particular interest are the Jacobean pulpit, the Queen Anne altar rails, and the small Georgian gallery. Bad news, peeps. The church is locked. I could probably go and knock on the rectory door just across the way and, you know, maybe say, you know, you got the key, can I go and have a look round? But part of me don't want to disturb them really. I'll show you the map. So the start is here up at Belchamp St Paul. We've done all of this. That was where that abandoned pub was, abandoned, closed down pub at Knoll Green was. Walked along here. There was this field where I got a bit confused, but I ended up finding the right route and led me up past the Red Lion pub at Belchamp Otten, where we are at the moment, and we're just sat outside the church here now. So we've just got this little bit to do to get back to Belchamp St Paul. So this is like the last chance to have some grub and view that cider. Still a little bit of a breeze. There's this like bench that I found outside the front of the church. There's another one outside the graveyard wall out on the road, but I thought this one's better because I'm actually shielded on sort of both, well, three sides from the wind. It's actually getting a little bit chilly, like I've sweated a little bit and then like cooled down, so I'm going to chuck my fleece on in a minute. That's lunch and other essential items, it's not all food. And yeah, there's the cider. The Cumbrian Cider Company, Fell Cider, craft cider made with Cumbrian apples, from Susie and Josh and Cos and Alan, who's injured his shoulder at the moment. He's walking like that old detective on TV, Baptiste. So we're absolutely rinsing him at the moment. He's got a frozen shoulder or something, I don't know. So yeah, cheers Susie, cheers Cos, cheers Josh, and cheers Alan as well for the ciders. I gave one of them as a present to someone else, so I haven't actually tried this yet. The Cumbrian Cider Company collects apples from gardens and small orchards across Cumbria and turns them into tasty cider. Our cider is made from a wide variety of apples, including dessert, cider, cooking, and even wild crab apples. They are pressed and blended to give a truly unique cider. Our cider is medium dry and refreshing, and is best served slightly chilled but not ice cold. Most of the apples we use are donated, and all of our donors get free cider as a thank you. If you'd like to donate apples, have a look here. You go on their Facebook page, Cumbrian Cider. That's quite cool. So, so it's like a charity cider. That's decent. I like that. Yeah, 6.6%. Made from 100% apple juice that we hand pressed ourselves. I'm excited. I want to try that out. But I want to eat something first though. I'm starving. You know when you've not eaten, you start getting chilly. There's me lucky green fleece. Hey. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna crack some rolls out. I squashed a bugger. I've got that and some more somewhere anyway. That's the boring bit. I'll bring you back when I'm cracking the cider open. You don't want to miss that, do you? I've had lunch a while ago. Let's crack this cider open, shall we? Always have a bottle opener on your keys. We're in. It smells strong. Smells like 6.6%. Sorry, cheers everyone. Oh, that is strong. It's got a very sort of like dry, hard sort of taste. It says medium dry. I'd say it's quite dry really. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of that really. I mean, I like the story behind it and everything, that it's like apples that are donated to them and stuff, and they use a wide variety of apples, but I don't think some of them taste like the best apples they could probably use. Once again, if you like plain ciders, you're going to love this, but it's sort of got like a smooth consistency to it, and it's not overly fizzy, but it's just so like sharp and bitter and dry. I'm afraid I'm going to have to give it like a 4 out of 10. I'd have to put ice with it to try and water it down to make it taste a bit more palatable. I'm giving it a 4, and that's being generous, okay? But as always, still, thank you Susie, Cos, Josh and Alan for getting me these ciders, because it's always good to try stuff out, try new ciders out whether you like them or not really. So thank you all the same. I'll just know not to get these anymore. Cheers anyway. I've tried Fell Cider now, so from the Cumbrian Cider Company. So Anyways, right, I'm gonna get stuff packed up and then get moving because I'm sort of chasing the light a bit now. I think the sun is setting. It probably is setting. Yeah, it's coming up to like 5 o'clock now. So hopefully I've not got too far left to walk. Enough talking. Let's get walking. I think this walk has got to take some sort of award or record for the most amount of plank footbridges I've crossed. I've lost count how many there've been on this walk, probably like at least 10. I mean, I would say count them all, but I don't think I've filmed all of them. There's been loads of them. And one final bridge to cross. And we should be back in Belchamp St Paul. Alright, well, we're back on the green at Belchamp St Paul, and the Half Moon pub is just behind me. Lovely little village this. So was Belchamp Otten. Two really nice little villages in Essex. So I've got just a can of Coke, ice and a slice, and I'm sat outside the Half Moon pub here on the green at Belchamp St Paul. There's the pub. Lovely little old pub. I think it's from the 1600s, I'm gonna say. That's what it said on the sign. The clouds have got a nice pink hue to them. It looks lovely. So I'm going to sit and enjoy this, and then it's about an hour's drive home. Not too bad. So thank you for joining me on this walk. I hope you've enjoyed it. Cheers. So until next time, take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe everyone, be nice to one another, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers. Bye.